Yes, hearty welcome to one and all. Today we are going to see the previous year questions in June 2020. Okay, 2020 question paper, paper 1 question paper. So before that, I wish to give a brief introduction about myself. I am Manjula Vimlesh. I have an experience of nearly 7 years in teaching and also as a professor and also as an HOD. And after an COVID period, I just left the college because of to take care my kid and take care my family. So on that time, I decided I cleared my set exam in 2012. In October 2012, I cleared it. After that, in this period, I wish to utilize it properly. So I dedicatedly worked on this net exam and created so many courses and created a group to help others. So the master education is on a mission to help 1 million UGC NET/SLET aspirant to achieve their dreams of becoming a new world professors. Okay, ma'am. Yes. So I'm very excited to see all of you, Geeta ma'am, Kalaichali ma'am, and Lata ma'am, and Sugandhi ma'am. So once again, I welcome you all, and we will go to the session. Yes, we will start the session. So here you can see that, ma'am, is my screen is visible to you all? So I'm expecting a response from all of you. Dharani ma'am, Sugandhi ma'am, Kalaichali ma'am, kindly respond in the chat so that I will be able to go ahead. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Geeta ma'am. Geeta ma'am is responding. Okay. Yes, let's all we go to the first question. The following table shows total number of students in the Department of Institute along with percentage of females and male students. Answer question 1 to 5 based on the data given below. So here they have given the table, some departments, set of departments and the total number of students and percentage of female and percentage of male. So here this is a total number of students and this is the percentage of female. So percentage of female means 45%. Okay. So here's 55% like that. So we will go to the question. What is the respective ratio of the number of females in mechanical department to the number of females in the electronics department? Remember, this is they are asking electronics department. Okay. So electronic departments and electrical department, this is, so we have to very clear in, they're asking electronic departments, we have to underline this electronics department and here mechanical department. So he is asking the ratio between the number of females in the mechanical department to the number of females in the electronics department. So percentage of female we have to observe 23%. So 23 divided by 100. For 100 it is 23. So what about 900? So 900 we have to identify. If we identify that, so what happens? 207. Okay, so I calculated and placed here for the time consuming. So 207, and for 44% of males in electronics department. So in an electronics department, 44 divided by 100 into 450. So if you cancel this, you will get 198. So 207 is to 198. So if you cancel by 3, 6 3s are 18 and 9 3s are 27 and 66 times. So again I'm cancelling divided by 3. So 23 is to 22. So the option is B is the correct answer for this. And the second question, what is the ratio of the number of females? What is the ratio of number of females in civics and electrical departments together at the number of males in the same departments together? So civil is 35 and electrical department is 65. Okay, so now I have to identify the percentage of female, that is 35 percentage of 220, that is equal to 77. I calculated, and then for 65 percentage, so 65 percentage of 360, right? So 65 percentage of 360, so that is 234. So if you add this 234 and 77, you will get 311. So then same way we have to identify the number of male. Percentage of male is 65 percentage. So 65 percentage divided by 100 into 220. So that you will get 143. And then for 35 percentage of 360, you will get 126. So totally here is 269. So this is 269. If you add 143, 126, you will get 269. So 311 is to 269. So option 4 is the correct answer. And the next question, what is the average percentage of female students in the whole institute? So percentage of female is this one, percentage of female. So they're already given, this is 45, 35, 23 and 65 and all. So now we have to find out the average percentage. So you have to add all these things. If you add, that is 252. So what is the number of department? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 departments. So 252 divided by 6, you will get 42% is the answer. And the next question is, so if you have any doubt, you can type in your comment box. The next question is, what is the total number of students in all the departments? So this is a department and total number of students. So total number of students, they have given some set of students, 840, 220, that I know. So I had to add all this total number of students. They are asking what is the total number of students in all the departments. So 3,310 students. So 0, 5 plus 4, 9, 15, 16, 17 and 11 and then 1 can put here. So that this total is 33. So there are 3,310 students in overall all the department. And the next question is, in a 100 meters race, A beat by 10 meters or 2 seconds. What is the speed of A? Okay, speed equal to distance by time. Speed equal to distance by time, right? Okay, so A beat B by 10 meter. Okay, so there are totally the distance is 100 meter. So totally the distance is 100 meter. So A is beat B by 10 meter. So if A is crossed 100 meters, means that is B is in 90 meter. Okay, so 90 meter, he is in 100 meter. So 10 meter. Okay, 10 meter in, or you can say it as 2 seconds. That is A crossed 10 meter in 2 seconds. Okay, 10 meter in 2 seconds. So then 1 second, in a 1 second, how many meter he covered? That is 10 divided by 2. That is equal to 5 meter. So in a 1 second, he covered 5 meter. Okay, so 5 meter. What is the speed of A? So there are totally 100 meters. So 100 distance divided by speed. So distance divided by speed equal to time. That is equal to 20 kilometer per hour. Okay, so option 4 is the correct answer. The next question, given below are two statements. So statement 1 says that interactive and multimedia systems provide for a new culture of teaching and learning. Yes. So nowadays multimedia systems are providing a new culture of teaching and learning. Yes, that is correct answer. The statement 2 says virtual classroom converts student into senseless humans. So it doesn't mean senseless. It is having a sense, right? So option 2 is false. So statement 1 is correct, but statement 2 is false. So option 3 is the correct answer. The next question, given below are two statements. One is labeled as assertion and other is labeled as a reason. So assertion is carbon dioxide emissions from bioenergy. Yes. Production have traditionally been excluded from most emission inventories and climate impact studies. Yes. So emissions, carbon dioxide emissions from bioenergy And traditionally, we are trying to exclude it from most emissions inventories and climate impact studies. The reason is carbon dioxide emission associated with production of bioenergy are significantly less compared to those from combustion of fossil fuels. So this is also correct. So fossil fuels, that is from a water and too much of leaves and all, will put something, no, that is a combustion of fossil fuels. From that also you will get some acids, right? Methane and like that. So both are true, but this is irrelevant to one another, right? So both the assertion and reason are true, or is not the correct explanation of A. The next question is, in which of the following there is a greater flexibility in both the method and process of research? Ethnography and phenomenology, descriptive survey and impactive studies, experimental and observation studies, SPAC facto and historical studies. So in a descriptive survey, you are giving the description of particular theory or something description. So we have to go and take a survey, and we have to give a description, and we have to understand, and we have to give the impact studies. And in experimental also, we have to observe the variables, we have to observe everything, and then we have to be on post facto is after an incident, we are going and research about that. That's called as an ex post facto research. So here they are asking which is greater flexibility. So ethnography and phenomenology is just about you are knowing about the biography, so which is already reserved, right? So I can go and just take and come back. So ethnography and phenomenology is greater flexibility in both the methods and process of the research. And the next question, which of the following teacher competency belong to the domain of personality and attitude? So what is the attitude of the teacher? It's a locus of control and self-efficiency, managing and monitoring, planning and instructing, and personalizing and contextualizing. So everything is coming under the teacher's attitude and personality. So this is called as locus of control. Locus of control means all around. So the teacher is not only doing managing and monitoring, the teacher is take caring the student, the teacher is take caring their attitudes, and he or she is the responsible person for the overall in education. So he should have that locus of control. Locus of control means all around, all rounder. So people will call as an all-rounder, right? So that is called a locus of control and self-efficiency. So the next question, 3 pipes fill a tank in 4 hours. If 2 of them take 8 and 12 hours each to fill a tank, how many hours will take a third pipe to fill the tank? So consider this one as, and first pipe is considered as X, and second one is considered as Y, and third one is considered as Z. So X will take 8 hours. That is 1 hour work is 1 by 8. So X will take 1 by 8 and Y will take 1 by 12. And Z, we don't know about the another pipe. Okay. They are given the 2 pipes, 1 by 8 and plus 1 by 12 plus Z. So that is equal to, they fill the tank in 4 hours. So 4 hours means that is 1 by 4 is the 1 hour work. Okay, so we have to divide and make it as an 1 hour job. Okay, 1 by 8 plus 1 by 12 plus Z, so that is equal to 1 by 4. So if you have this Z this side and take 1 by 8 and 1 by 12 on other side, so if you solve this, you will get the answer 1 by 24. So 1 by 24, that is that Z, the another pipe can fill in 24 hours. Okay, they're asking how many hours will the third pipe take to fill the tank? So that is 24 hours. And the next question, in a park, A, B, C, D, E, F are sitting. C is the brother of D's husband. C is the brother. Okay, C is a brother means he is a gen. So C is a brother of D's husband. So you consider D is a person, D's husband. Okay, that is B. Okay, this is, so D is a female. Okay, D's husband and son of A. son of A means that C is a son of A. So you put A here and C should be down. F is the daughter of D. So F is a daughter of D. Sorry, daughter of D. Okay. So that is B and D's daughter is B and D's daughter is F. And sister of E. So F is the daughter of D and sister of E. So you can write as that is F and E or brothers and sisters. F is the daughter of D and sister of E. So he have given that set of assertions. Now we have to find out whether the statements are true or false. The first one is E is the grandson of A. Correct, right? So A's son is C. So C's brother is B. So B son is E. Okay. So A to E, that is E is the grandson of A. Correct. F is the daughter of C. F is a daughter of C. No, F is a daughter of D and B. So this is wrong. B is the father of F. B is the father of F. Sorry, B is the father of F. Yes, correct. So B is the father of F. There are one son and one daughter in the group. So he is also a son and he is also a son, and so there are three sons. So this is wrong. And the next one is C is the uncle of E. So C is uncle. So he is a father and father's brother. Okay. So B is a father, father's brother, uncle. So C is the uncle of E. So option A, C and E is the correct answer that is available in option B answer. The next question, what are the advantage of choice-based credit system introduced by the UGC for higher education institute? Focusing on student-centric education. So the basically for CBCS is focusing on the student-centric education. We are based on the student-centric. Allow students to choose interdisciplinary and intradisciplinary courses. So, but is not focusing about the intradisciplinary courses, right? Yes, that is also, that is they have to take Java course and C course like that. So they're allowing student to choose interdisciplinary and intradisciplinary courses. And option C is makes education at par with global standards. Yes, we have to make the education to the global standards. And the next one is makes it easy to estimate the performance level of the students in terms of marks. No, they are not estimate the performance of the student not only based on the mark, based on their behavior, based on their attitude, based on the performance at each and every interval they are analyzing. So that is called as an CBCS, choice based credit system, right? So this will won't come here in this statement. This says that only they see the performance levels of students and based on marks. So this one is wrong. The next one is offers flexibility for students to undertake studies at different times at different institutions. So based on this, we can also CBCS system in our, they are connecting all the servers, right? So we can flexibly we can study the other courses and other institutions research papers here. So option A, B, C and E is the correct answer that is available in option 3. And the next question is the word blog is derived from the word. So the word blog is derived from the word vblog. So that is developed by John Berger. So first it is called as vblog. There they are given some contents of their author John Berger is developed, and that is later it is called as the word blog. Okay. Are you with me, ma'am? Are you able to hear?
Yes, ma'am.
Kindly type in the comment box.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
But I'm not able to hear you. Kindly type in the chat box. Yes. The next question, one is labeled as assertion and other one is labeled as reason. Substance is always, thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Substance is always the subject of all predicates. And substance is self-existent and self-conceived. Substances means something you're, so the sugar, when you're adding the sugar in the water, the sugar is the substances, right? So like that, the subject is always subject to all predicates. So whatever you are talking, book is on the table. Okay, so substances is always the subject of all predicates. Substance is self-existent and self-conceived. So this is also true, but this is not the correct explanation of this. So this is B and both A and or are true, but or is not the correct explanation of A. So option B is the correct answer. And the next question, identify the sequence of stages of message processing. So message processing, first what are you doing? First we are seeing the perception. Okay, perception means first we are seeing and then we are understanding and we are selecting what to do and then internalizing. Okay, and then only action, we are taking the action. So option 4 is the correct answer. Perception, understanding, selection, internalization, and then only we are taking as an action. So action will normally come at the last stage, and the first stage is perception or sensing what is happening. First we are observing that, so that is perception. Then we are understanding, we are selecting and internalizing, and we are taking the action. And the next question, match list 1 with list 2. Input. So normally we are inputting with mouse is an input and output is a monitor, memory is a cache, and software is Python. So 1, 2, 3, 4, that is option D is the correct answer. And the next question, which of the following is considered as an effective form of verbal communication? So which verbal communication is very effective? That is storytelling, sloganeering, use of high pitch of voice. If you are using high pitch of voice, that is not an effective form of. And monologues means we are using talking a long time. If I'm taking a single question, if I'm talking a long time, that is a monologues. So that won't give you the effective. And sloganeering is also not an effective, but on olden days itself, they are telling that storytelling is an effective form of verbal communication. We can able to remember that verbals and everything very effectively by the use of storytelling, by the form of storytelling. And the next question is, the water of the pond is muddy. It must be rained last night. What kind of anumana has been used in the above statement? Choose the correct option from the following. So the water of the pond is muddy. So it is muddy because of the rain in the last night. That they are saying that Purvata Anumana, that is called as Purvata Anumana. And the next question is, match the list of options. Okay, so I'm not this clear about this. So Nirukta is an etymology, and Chandas is metrics, and Shiksha is phonetics, Shiksha, Kalpa is ritual. So that is available in the option 2. And the next question is, one is labeled as an assertion and other is labeled as reason. Assertion, in order to bridge the gap between theory and practice, both fundamental applied research format have to be promoted. Yes, so in order to understand about the fundamental and applied research, we have to do the both. This fundamental research means we are just consider some theory. Okay, so that theory we are applied and see, that is we are studying something for COVID medicine, that is a fundamental research we are doing. After that fundamental research, we are applied in to the particular people. So that is called applied research. So in order to bridge the gap between theory and practice, both fundamental and applied research format have to be promoted. So this assertion is correct. And fundamental research focuses on theory, making the applied research is directed at exploring the applicability of theory in various practical situations. So this applied research is we are exploring what happens if the medicine given to the set of people, yes, it is working. So we are doing applied research. So both is helpful for find out the theory in a very practical situation. So assertion and reason are correct, and or is the correct explanation of A. So option 1 is the correct answer. And the next question, given below are two statements. One is labeled as assertion and other is labeled as a reason. Carbon monoxide is a serious aspirant. Even a short exposure may have fatal health issues. Yes. So carbon monoxide is not good for our health. Hemoglobin present in the blood has greater affinity towards carbon monoxide than oxygen. So yes. So both A and OR are correct, and OR is the correct explanation of A. So if this carbon monoxide present in this hemoglobin, it will give you the greater problem. Okay, affinity greater problem. And the next one, which of the international agreement, conventional protocol, or legally binding on the member countries' parties? So international agreement is happen on the Kyoto Protocol, Montreal Protocol, and Paris Agreement. So option B, C, D. So Kyoto Protocol is for climate change, and Montreal Protocol is for biodiversity. So this is happen in the Paris Agreement. So both all these three things were happen based on the international agreements for the protection of sustainable development goals and millennial development goals. So like that. And the next question, which of the following are non-probability sampling methods? So non-probability sampling means I'm not choosing here overall. I am choosing only the particular sector and I am going to take the probability. So that is called as a non-probability sampling. Normally probability samplings or probability sampling is simple, systematic, simple, systematic, and cluster, stratified. This and all will come under probability sampling. Other, snowball, quota sampling, so this will come under the non-probability sampling. That is, snowball means I am taking a small portion. Snow means what taking a small ball, that snow will become, when you joined together, it will become a big ball, right? So this is snowball sampling and quota sampling and judgmental sampling. This three will come under non-probability sampling. That is BDE, judgmental sampling and snowball sampling and quota sampling. This will come under the non-probability sampling. So that is quota sampling means that is BC, I am allocated some set of students, and the MBC I am allocated some set. So based on the quota, I am allocating the students. Okay. So that is called as non-probability sampling. And the next question, which of the following come under the mandate of the University Grant Commission? So that is promotion and coordination of university education. So the basic work of UGC is promotion and coordination of university education, and determining and monitoring standards of teaching, examination, and research in universities. So they are taking and they are monitoring the standard of teaching and examination and research in the universities. So that is also come under UGC. The next one is organizing continuous professional development programs for college and university teachers. So professional programs, they are not organizing any professional development programs. And framing regulations on minimum standard. Yes, they are setting, if you are following these rules and regulation, then only they will give minimum standard for that education institute. So D will come. So option A will come and B will come and D will come. And disbursing and regulating grants to the university and colleges. Yes, if the college is not following some set of rules, they are disbursing. Disbursing means they are removing that what they are removing the that NAC sorry, They are removing the allocation, right? They granted that ISO that will be removed, right? So A, B, D, E is the correct answer. So the main aim is promotion and coordination of university education and determining and monitoring standards of teaching, examination, and research in universities, and framing the regulation on minimum standards of education, and disbursing and regulating the grants to the university and colleges. Yes. The next question is, match the list 1 with the list 2, newspaper. So newspaper is called as a broadsheet. So whatever you know, first you can just underline. Social media is called as a networking. So C is confirm, it is networking. So then this will be option C was 1 is, it is available in option 1. Okay, now we can see that radio and television is for broadcasting and newspaper is for broadsheet. It's just a sheet. Newspaper, and multimedia is audio, video, and graphics. Just a minute. And the next question is, the ratio of ages of two persons, A and B, is 3:4. And that of ages of B and C is 4:5. Okay, so A and B is 3:4 and B and C is 4:5. If the average of all these three is 40 years, what is the B's age? So A and B is 3:4. So A and B is 3:4 and B and C is 4:5. So you can commonly write it as 3:4:5. Okay. So then if the average, so we don't know what is the value. If the average of all these three is considered as 40 years, that is you consider 3x plus 4x plus 5x. So this divided by 3, that is equal to 40. So that is equal to 5 plus 4, 9, 9 plus 3, 12. 12x equal to, if you take this 3 this side, it will be 120. 12x equal to 120. So x equal to 10. So x equal to 10. So they are asking what is the age of B. So B is what? 4x. So 4 into 10, that is equal to 40. So age of B is 40. So option 3 is the correct answer. The next question, in which level of teaching the teacher's role is more active rather than being interactive? So he's a little bit twisted here. He's asking what is the role is more active. So active means if I say a square plus b square equal to c square, if they ask the student to say that, so everyone will be active. But if I ask anything to interact, how you understand, what is the problem, how you think, so how you develop, that is understanding level or in a reflective level, they will be think for a second. So they're asking in which level of teaching the teacher role is more active. That is in a memory level. In a memory level, it will be more active rather than being interactive. So in an interactive manner, interactive means we are understanding. So there are 3 levels. One is memory level and understanding level and reflective level. Memory level is just a rote learning. Just we are memorizing the concept c square equal to a square plus b square and something like that. So some formulas. And in an understanding level, we are having some examples. Okay, the aeroplane is like a bird. So we are giving some examples and we are understanding. That is called as an understanding level. And then we are identifying a new thing based on that my understanding. So new concepts developed, that is being developed by myself. So that is called as a reflective level. So the teacher role is more active rather than being interactive is memory level. And the next question is, in conducting an empirical study, empirical means evidence based or experience based study. Empirical study, a researcher employs a non-parametric test for data analysis and find that statistics arrived at its significant at 0.05 level. What decisions will be warranted thereafter? For these kind of questions, so the researcher says that for empirical evidence-based research, for any research, there will be only two things. One is finding out the null hypothesis, finding out the null hypothesis and accepting the alternate hypothesis. Right. Rejecting means is someone. So in this only two things actually, in this we have only two things, that is rejecting the null hypothesis. Rejecting the null hypothesis H0 means accepting the alternate hypothesis. Rejecting the null hypothesis means accepting the alternate hypothesis. Only these two things we have to remember this. But whatever happens, if in the statements that they says that null hypothesis is rejected, if they ask in the question like that, then you can blindly you can say that accepting the alternate hypothesis. We are not testing any other thing, we are just testing the null hypothesis. If the null hypothesis is rejected, then we are accepting the alternate hypothesis. So option A and C is the correct answer for this. So rejecting the null hypothesis is called, and the next thing is accepting the alternate hypothesis. And the next question is, which of the following explain the concept of values? So values or beliefs tied inextricably to human emotions and behaviors. Yes, value means I am inculcated in my human emotions. I am giving a value for a particular thing because it is my emotions and my behaviors, right? My belief. So I pray to God means that is my belief, and so that is my emotions. So I'm giving the value for that. So values or depends on the human emotions and their behaviors. And the next one, value refer to desirable goals people strive to attain. So value means I am giving importance, and I am refer to desire goals. People strive hard work. I am doing a hard work to achieve that. Yes. So option A will come and option B will come. Values are conflict free. Values are conflict free. No. Values are ordered by importance relative to one another. The value is given by differs by one another. Yes, I am giving value for one exam, another will give exam for another one. So option A, B, D will come. Values are utilized primarily to affect change in the knowledge of a person. No, this is not related to the changing the behavior of a person. Value means it is their emotions and their behaviors and their desires and their importance will be differ from one person to another person. So option B will come. A, B, and D. The next question, if some pens are pencils but no pencils are sharpener. So some pens are pencils, that is, so you can draw like this, some pens or some pencils. So no pencil is sharpener, that is you have to draw separately. The sharpener is in a separate circle. Choose the correct answer from the option given below. All pens are pencil. So some pencils are not sharpeners. So you can say this exactly. So some pens or not sharpeners, because some pens or pencils and no pencils or sharpeners. So I can say that some pens or not sharpeners and all pencils or pens. So they're telling that this two will come. So option A and C only. And this, I'm not familiar with this. Just which one of the following school has not accepted Anumana as a valid source of knowledge? Charvaka. If anyone knows, kindly type in the comment box about this Charvaka. If anyone knows, means kindly tell me. And the next question is nominal. Nominal means we are just doing some classification. Okay. Then ordinal, classification and order. And interval, classification, order and equal units. Ratio, which is come under classification, order, equal units and absolute zero. So this is option available in option 2. So nominal is just a classification, and ordinal, classification and order, and interval, classification, order and equal units, and ratio is classification, order, equal units and absolute zero. The next one is a type of memory that holds the computer startup routine. So the computer startup routine, which is available in the ROM. So all the important points are coming under ROM. Read-only memory access. The next question is, which of the following are useful in positive components of classroom communication? Restrictive action. So we should not give any restrictive action, which will give only negative components in a classroom communication, right? So empathy should be there, punctuality should be there, follow-up should be there. Scattered reflection, if I give any scattered, then everyone will run away. So you should not give this. So empathy, punctuality, follow-up. That is option B is the correct answer. And the next question is, qualitative research is an umbrella term to refer to various research strategies that share certain characteristics. The data collected have been termed soft, that is rich in description. Yes. So quality research, which is happen in all the activities of a research, that is in an analysis stage and planning stage and in designing stage. So in all the activities, the quality research is like an umbrella. It should be, it must be. Okay. And the next one is quantitative research is mainly hypothetic, deductive, and employs mostly statistical techniques for data analysis. So quantitative analysis, which is used in an hypothesis. If I'm giving any formula, then in that formula, I am giving some values and I am doing some statistical analysis. So both the statements, statement 1 and statement 2 are true. And the next question is cloud computing. So cloud computing has the following distinct characteristic. The service is hosted on the internet. Yes. So if you have an internet, then only you can able to save it in a cloud and we can able to retrieve from the cloud. Yes. So the service is hosted on the internet. The option A is the correct one. The next one, it is made available by the service provider. Yes, that is also correct one. It computes and predicates rain when the weather is cloudy. So it is not related to the cloud or rain. So it is talking about the digital cloud computing. So here they says that rain and cloudy, that is not related to the cloud computing. The next one is the service is fully managed by the provider. Yes. So option A, B, and D is the correct answer. The service is hosted on the internet. It is made available by a service provider. The service is fully managed by the provider. So this is called as a cloud computing characteristics. And the next question is, during physical treatment process of wastewater, what is the correct order of following operation to be followed? So first of all, we are doing screening. So option C will come. So we can remove that. So in a filtration, first step is screening. And then we are doing D option only, sedimentation. And then filtration, you will get at the last only, right? So filtration will come B. So option C, D, A, B. Screening, sedimentation, and flocculation, and the last step is filtration. And the next question is, equality of educational opportunities is a precondition for achieving equality in education. Yes, so everyone has to provide the equal education. So that is the purpose of equality in education. That is a precondition in equality in education, right? So that one is, so this is correct. The next one is equality in education can be achieved without equality of educational opportunities. Yes, so this is also correct. Equity in education can be achieved without equality of educational opportunities. So if you are if you are not giving an equality opportunities to all the people, then we can't achieve the equality, right? So option 2 is false. So statement 1 is correct and statement 2 is false. And yes, Alan ma'am, yes, we will give the recorded video also. And the next question is, this also I'm not familiar with it, but I'll give that answer. Sayadwada Jainism. If anybody having this notes regarding this, you can share it. Anupalabdhi is a Vedanta, and Apoha is Buddhism, and Abhava is Nyaya. So option 2 is the correct one. And the next question is, indirect instruction is an approach to teaching and learning in which the process is inquiry, the content involves concept, and the context is a problem. Indirect instruction means, so when teaching and learning has happened, I'm asking indirectly, so that the people is understand or not. I'm asking some true or false questions, or I'm asking examples. So that is called as an indirect instruction, right? So this is correct. Indirect instruction is an approach to teaching and learning in which the process is inquiry, the content involves concept, and the context is a problem. So statement 1 is correct. The next one is, in NRT test data tell us about a student's level of proficiency in a master of some skills. So if you are giving a master of some skills or set of skills, then it is called as an this, and then it is called as an another one. But in a norm reference to testing, there are 3 testings, right? Norm reference to testing, summative, and comprehensive level testing. So in a norm reference testing, NRT, it is like a NET, GATE, NEET. So we are giving a common exam for a set of group of peoples, which is connected the overall, that is NRT. We are not giving any mastery preference, that is CRT, criterion reference based test mastery program, that is BCA, MCA, and this is called as an CRT. Mastery of some skills or set of skills or called CRT. NRT is a common test which is conducted for the group of people. So the statement 2 is wrong, statement 1 is correct. So option 3 is the correct answer. And the next question, which one of the following pramanas has been accepted in Buddhism? So that is called as an Pratyaksha. 4th. The next one, identify the teaching strategy which are employed during indirect instruction. Whenever I am giving indirect instruction, what I am to take? Emphasizing direct and indirect exemplars. Correct. Presenting the stimulus material? No. So when I am taking the indirect instruction, this is called as an emphasizing direct and indirect examples. I'm giving indirectly or directly. That will come under indirect instruction. The second one is inquiry based question answer session. If I'm asking a question answer session, that is also called as an come under indirect instruction. Presenting, asking, and providing feedback. So I'm feedback will not come under indirect session. And the next one is promoting problem solving approach. Yes. So option A, C, E will come. And the next question, a firewall is a software tool that protects. So a firewall is a software tool that protects server and network. It's not protect the fire. It is an individual computer. So a firewall is a specific computer which installed a specific software which is used to protect the server and protect the network and also protect the individual computer. So option 4 was the answer. The next question, wind energy is very sensitive to the wind velocity because wind power is directly proportional to the cube of the wind velocity. Based on the wind velocity, it is 3 times greater than that. So option 4 is the correct one. And the next question is reading the comprehension. Just I will read it out. Through their work and the effort of others, managers in all kind of organizational settings, whether industrials or educational or governmental or militaries, or attempting to run their organization with the management by objectives process as a basic underlining management concept. So all this will come under the management, whether you are working in an educational or governmental or in a military. So everything based on the management concept. If you are able to manage the things so that you can achieve everything, right? Management by objectives is basically a process whereby the senior and the junior managers of an enterprise jointly identify its common goals, define each individual major areas of responsibilities in terms of the result expected. Use these measures as guide for operating the unit and assessing the contribution of each of its members. Okay, so we have to, the management people should know what work to give to what peoples and assess the contribution of each of its members. In some cases, this process has been successfully carried beyond the managerial level to include hourly employees. The concept rests of a philosophy of management that emphasizes an integration between external control by managers and self-control by employees. So we have to, the management people must know how to integrate all these peoples. It can apply to any manager or individual, no matter what level or function, to do any organization regardless of size. The effective function of this system is to agreement between the manager and an employment about the employee's group performance and goals during a stated time period. These goals can emphasize either output variables of intervening variables or some combining of both. The important thing is that goals are jointly established and agreed upon in advance. So at the end of the time period, performance is reviewed in relation to accepted goals. Both the employee and the manager participate in this review. So the first question is the philosophy behind management. So the main aim for management is to, objective is to effective improvement through a joint review of achievement of performance goals within a given time frame. So this is just a common question only. So the main aim of the management is to achieve our goal within a time frame. It is not about only the connecting the peoples or accepted input variables, or it is not about the agree upon different performance goals. So it is not that. So the main aim of management is to achieve a goal within a time frame. And the second question is, the critical feature of the concept in this type of manager is related to sharing of responsibility with an eye on result. So the critical feature of the concept, the assignment. So assignment is easy, and distinguishing the operation roles, that is also easy. Promoting of uniformity of work among, that is also an easy. So the critical feature is the based on, we have to see that we have to sharing the responsibility with an eye on result. So we have to see the result. So that that is a critical feature, the time of management. So other things are easy. So to getting the result is a complicated one. So I can allocate all the qualified staff to all the classes, but I want to see the result from the class until, so that is a critical part. That is a critical part of communication, sorry, management. And the next question is, the request for management by objective is centered on, so the participatory process. The management should be participatory. that is the class, the teacher should be participate in all the questions and answers and execution. So based on the participatory process only we can achieve the objectives. If you are just write the simply the formula, ask them to do that, nobody will do. So how much we can participate with them, so based on that we can achieve our objectives. So it is not based on the seniors, or it is not based on the guidance of juniors or organizational settings. So it is based on the participatory process. And next question is, in this frame of reference, how does an organization function effectively? So if I want to achieve my function for my organization, if you want to execute very effectively, what I have to do is, I have to use hourly employees? No, I have to collaborate with the students. Now I have to collaborate with the management. I have to collaborate with office people. So by identifying and executing performance targets in a collaborative mode, we can achieve the organizational function. And the last question, in MBO, organization is managed through the identification of, so MBO is management business organization, right? So the main identification of them is they are identifying the senior and junior managers. So that is common objectives. So the main aim is to identify the competing goals, special characteristic, common objectives. They should know everyone's objective should be this. Okay, so the management people should say that, all the staff and all the office people, so we should evolve the college, something like that. So we should have a common objective, and then only we can able to grow that. Yes, today, as friends, today we have completed all the 50 questions, paper 1 questions in 2020 question paper. And also I am going to share you, happy to share that we are launched UGC NetSled coaching course bundle. We are launched UGC NetSled course bundle. In this course bundle, so today it is very difficult to join everyone and every time. Okay, so what we did is we collected all the questions and we have segregated, and nearly 1,500 questions we are collected and we are given an answer, and that is recorded video and pasted in the website like that. You are seeing the screen, no? Are you all able to see my screen? Kindly response, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
It is. You can unmute yourself, ma'am. And so this course bundle is available here. The website will be look like this. Yes, thank you, ma'am. So the website is look like this. So if you the course bundle, log in here, and you can able to see this teaching aptitude, research, comprehension, communication. So if you see in a YouTube also, it is very distraction, not able to identify an answer. So what we did is we recorded all the question and answers and we pasted in one place. That is also a highly fast server which is accessible at everywhere. So if you see, so if I want to see, for example, comprehension, so you can see like this. So the lecture video, you can just listen my videos and everything in one place. Okay, so for this, what are the steps we have to follow is, so the course value, the full 1,200 questions are recorded and placed in a website. So that is actually 10,000, but I'm reduced it to 5,000, and that also reduced today today is 2,500 rupees, just rupees 2,500. That is, you can click the payment link and amount here. This is just rupees 2,500. You are getting all the 1,200 questions. You can just put your headset and listen. That's it. So you can, in your mind, all the questions will be registered. So you can able to easily answer at any time. So for that, you have to pay this amount. Then you can go to this link. I will share this document and everything. So this link, and once you pay, you will get an registered mail ID, and password will be get from your registered mail ID. And then after that, you can, if you want, you can change the password, and then you can learn the course UGC NET paper 1. So this is the login page. So in this, you can log in and study all the 1,500 questions, and today recorded video also posted. And from this, you can also get the bonus course, like all the PDF, all the solved PDFs. So suppose, for example, here I solved this PDF, right? So this PDF, I will save this. So I will save this PDF and I will share this. So this paper 1 PDF is saved, and I will share to in the particular group. So everything will be shared. Okay, ma'am. So if you have any doubts, so we are so happy to announce that paper 1 course is launched now. So if you have any doubt on this, you can ask. If you have any queries, you can ask, or you can message to this number. And this is available only today. So only today this discount is there. So utilize this and read out all the questions. If you have any doubt, you can ask. If you have any doubt, you can ask, ma'am. Geeta ma'am, Rajeshwari ma'am. Do you have any questions on this? Do you have any questions on this? You can ask. Yes. So thank you one and all. And thank you so much, Suganti ma'am. Thank you. So kindly submit your feedback, ma'am. Kindly, all of you, submit your feedback. Rajeshwari ma'am. Okay, Geeta ma'am, Suganti ma'am. So thank you so much for your wonderful cooperation. We will see you in the next webinar. In a paper 2 session will be there soon. I will do it. Kindly type your comments in the comment box. Geeta ma'am.